I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story about UFC middleweight contender Khamzat Chimaev warns Paulo Costa ahead of their UFC 294 co-main event fight. This is what Khamzat Chimaev says, quote, "There will be no jokes. It will be real." Ahead of Khamzat Chimaev's much-anticipated Octagon return later this month, undefeated middleweight contender, Khamzat Chimaev has put a firm end to his cordial and tongue-in-cheek clash with UFC middleweight contender Paulo Costa at UFC 294, claiming their contest will be nothing but, quote, real, unquote. Khamzat Chimaev, the current number 4 ranked welterweight contender, is set to co-headline UFC 294 in 2 weeks, only 2 weeks away, in Abu Dhabi, taking on former UFC middleweight title challenger Paulo Costa in a championship eliminator clash. Yeah, I guess it would be a championship eliminator. We haven't seen Khamzat Chimaev since September of 2022. Chimaev most recently landed a one-sided opening round submission win over Kevin Holland, securing a Darce choke submission stoppage. Okay, let's just move on. As for Paulo Costa, Paulo Costa has yet to feature inside the octagon since August of 2022, over a year, most recently landing a unanimous decision victory over former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold in Salt Lake City. Khamzat Chimaev sends a message to Paulo Costa, and while both men have shared a somewhat lighthearted yet threatening build-up to their title eliminator, Khamzat Chimaev has claimed all jokes will stop when they clash in the octagon at UFC 294. This is what Khamzat Chimaev said on Twitter. "There will be no jokes. It will be real." I wonder what Paulo Costa replied. To that, right? Prior to his win over Kevin Holland last September, Khamzat Chimaev turned in an impressive decision victory over former welterweight title challenger Gilbert Burns in April of last year. Also, so Khamzat Chimaev fought twice last year, and we haven't heard from him since then. We've been wondering why Khamzat Chimaev hasn't fought this year. I'm an MMA casual, so I don't follow everything, but we really never really got a reason as to why Khamzat Chimaev hasn't fought since last September, over a year. You know, he fought twice last year, and he hasn't fought once this year. The last time I heard from anything about Khamzat Chimaev is the UFC basically said there was like a personal reason, right, as to why Khamzat Chimaev hasn't fought, but that's beside the point now, right? We're going to get this fight, co-main event, UFC 294. Paulo Costa is a big boy, right? This is not going to be an easy fight for Khamzat Chimaev. I believe Khamzat Chimaev is like a 3-1 favorite in this fight. The fight with Luke Rockhold, between Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, both of them didn't look good. Luke Rockhold retired after the fight. Paulo Costa won basically all 3 rounds, but they did both look winded in that fight. Maybe it was something to do with the altitude in Salt Lake City. So I don't know, why Paulo Costa hasn't fought since last year. Also, he was quote-unquote scheduled to fight Robert Whittaker. Like, the UFC was saying that Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa were going to fight in, I believe it was February of this year, right? And they didn't fight, and Paulo Costa kept saying, like, listen, I'm not fighting. And now they made this fight. With Sean Strickland winning the UFC middleweight title, I can't see the winner of this fight getting a title fight. I really doubt that if Khamzat Chimaev defeats Paulo Costa, he's going to jump Israel Adesanya. He's going to jump Dricus du Plessis. Paulo Costa could... and also you would say if Paulo Costa wins, he's going to defeat Khamzat Chimaev, who is, ranked in the middleweight division. He's unranked in the ranked in the welterweight division. He's unranked in the middleweight division. So that won't really give much reason for Paulo Costa to get a title shot with the victory here. So, we'll see who wins this fight. The winner of this probably is closer to a fight with like a Robert Whittaker. Maybe Jared Cannonier took another fight for some unknown reason. I don't think the winner is going to fight Dricus du Plessis. I don't really think the winner is going to fight Israel Adesanya. I think the winner would be closer to a fight with like Robert Whittaker or something like that. But let me know your opinion of this story. It's going to be a great fight. UFC 294, only a couple of weeks away. The headliner will be for the UFC lightweight championship, Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. But let me know your opinion of this fight. Who do you think is going to win? Khamzat Chimaev versus Paulo Costa. I'm Jason, UFC. Today we had a story about UFC middleweight contender, right? Middleweight contender at this point. Khamzat Chimaev warns Paulo Costa ahead of their UFC 294 fight. Quote, "There will be no jokes. It will be real." Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button. And please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.